Hey, John here again. So today's going to be a house project, obviously. This water tank here is more than 10 years old, and I put that in more than 10 years ago. It still works, but I'm a little bit skeptical, how long does a water tank last before they start crapping out? And not only that, this is a cheapie. This it is gas model. I replaced what was there before was a gas, and it had a power vent, that's just a regular steel chimney there, and goes outdoors and vents it. But since the get-go, this thing hasn't really, it's designed, it's a 40-gallon tank. It's designed for 2 to 4 people or whatever it was. And honestly, you take a long shower and somebody else tries to take a long shower, you ain't gonna make it. So I want to get something better and prevent this from crapping out. Just do a little preventing whatever maintenance. And I think I'm gonna, because I've been sniffing around, do you want to get gas, do you want to get electric? They have that waterless or tankless one where it's just a big square box, got a heat pump, and instantly heats water. A couple of options that are out there, but like I said, the last time I had an electric heater, water heater, it worked fine, and we're going back 20 something years at a different house. So I'm thinking about electric heater, which I'd have to run some electric, no problem, the panel's right there. But I think I'm going to get away from gas because this ain't doing a trick, right? And I was at old Homer's place, and I noticed now they've got a hybrid, it's called. It's a 50-gallon tank with a heat pump on it. So you have the instant heat, water, and it's also got a 50-gallon tank, which is designed for 3 to 5 people, which is better than 2 to 4. But I think at this point in time, this was manufactured over 10 years ago. Hopefully they got a little better with some of the technology, and I've never seen a hybrid before. And again, it's just the two of us, me and the missus, so we don't need some kind of industrial thing that'll feed 50 people. Should be good enough, but like I said, it does run out of water more than I would like. So that's why I'm replacing it, and it's going to be probably a weekend at best. But I do have to go get the thing, and because I'm not sure exactly what it needs as far as what kind of breaker it needs for electric, what kind of, I believe those heat pumps need a HVAC condensation pump. So we'll have to get the heater and read the directions and find out all I need. But first step is first step. Let me go get that, get it down here, and open the box and see what we got. All right, see you in a bit. Not too bad. Alright, so it's out of the box. It's kind of halfway unpacked. There's 2 things that I like about it already. Alright? So, and I don't know if these stickers are anywhere near accurate, but Energy Guide. Estimated yearly operating cost, $294 on the old fella. What's that? 242 therms. And this fella here has a much lower estimated energy cost. There we go. No estimated therms. I don't know, but I like the 104. That's one thing I like about it. And not to mention it's a much higher gallon per hours, but I like this too. There's apparently some kind of app involved. Yeah, it's got an app for leak and diagnostic alerts, energy usage report, daily scheduling, and more. Some kind of app. So that's cool. I didn't know I had that. So I can be away at work and know that my water heater blew up, which is cool. Alright, so we got a cold in, it looks like. Some kind of plug that's unplugged. Of course, that's the drain there. We've got a hot output. And this is the nut bugger there. What else we got? Lift. Some kind of vent. Some kind of fan in there. What's it say? I don't know. Who knows? Alright, so I guess I gotta go read the directions. Alright. It's not your typical water heater, because I'm looking here. Condensation pump must be attached. Must be for this pump. Needs to get the condensation out of there, which obviously that doesn't have one, but I'm right next to all the plumbing here, so it'll be easy to run. I'll have to get a condensation pump and plug it in here somewhere. We'll figure that out. The electric needs to be run, and I think I'm going to get lucky with that, and I'll show you in a bit. But let me go read the directions, peruse them, see what's doing, and hopefully get this thing up and running by tonight. Maybe not. I gotta get rid of some of this crap. I think I'm gonna get lucky with the electric, because I was just looking. So this this wire here, this big old whopper, is for 240. See where it ends there? It had a little, just took it down, junction box here, and then the wire, the 240 wire went that way, and up to the second floor. But guess what? There's nothing on it. It dead ends up there under a wall plate. The only thing that was on it was this. This was 110 on a 240 leg, just using half the leg. So I opened the box there, and it's just half the leg. So I'm going to save myself a little money in wiring. I don't have to buy a 240 wire, and it's already kind of wired. I'll show you when I get to that point. But so I'm happy about that. So it's going to be here. I'm going to have to put it close to here, and because it looks like the electric comes off the top here. I'll have to get some conduits or whatever. So that's that. So let me go read the directions and figure this thing out, yeah? Yeah, so I read the directions, and no help. No, just kidding. So I've got an idea, a couple ideas. So I'm probably gonna, to make this easier, right, because I gotta get this done in a matter of like one day. So this is gonna be more than one day project, just because I want to run. Let me explain. So this is going to go there, right? But I can't just take this apart, get rid of the gas, and do all this. Run electric, run 240, run 110 because it needs a condensation pump, all in one day. So I'm going to do that first. I'm going to run all my electrical connections first, and then this transition will have to be a one-day thing with the plumbing and everything. So here's a mat. So I just added some slats here. This is pressure treated plywood. Just for, this is going to be, like I said, I'm going to extend this fella right over to the wall here, come down, bend it around here, bend it out here, and it's going to plug into the bottom of here. Of course, this will obviously be over there, but so that's what that slat's for. And I ran this one for electric, for the pump, for the HVAC pump, the condensation pump there. So I'm going to run electric conduit down here, and I have this old it's underground wire. I think it's a 12. It's pretty thick stuff. But I was able to branch it off of here. It was closest wire I could get to. So we got it run across there through some holes here and over here. So like I said, I'm going to put some conduit, run it down there, so I can put this HVAC pump on there. And that HVAC pump, when we get it all plumbed in, plugs into there, but it needs an electrical source. So enough. I got lucky with the wire. Didn't have to run the wire. It's coming down. I did have to change a few things. So this was just dead ended in here. They were only using, the only thing that was hooked up was this, and that was hooked up to this fella, which I turned it on, checked all the lights. It literally goes to nothing. And like I said, I followed the wire, and it went up to the second floor and just dead ended. So I don't know what it was for. But I took it out. It was right here, and there was another one. This guy was up here too, but I need a double, you know, for 240, and this wire is obviously too short, and I don't want to do any mending like that in the box. I don't know who did that. I didn't do that, but so I moved. This one's obviously vacant, so I'm not going to use it. I put the other one down here. That allows me for it's upstairs. Plug in a 30 amp like this fella. Right, plug this guy in. That'll be that. The white neutral's already done. So I'm getting lucky with the wiring so far. Next move, I guess let me finish this wiring up, put the conduit, put the receptacle there. Alright, so got the electric run, and she's plugged in. I got her mounted up. I just put a little piece of wood there, cross-membered. Screwed everything into place. Power's on. This what I'm going to work on next, this nipple. So I'm going to have to run it up. This is where the you know, coming off of the water pump here. I mean, water pump, the water heater. You know, I'll figure that out later. That tubing probably be just a 3/4 inch PVC, but that'll go in that hole there. And then, like I said, this nipple here has to run up with a tube. And the reason I put this electric here and everything, because there's a clean out right there, a clean out there, and a clean out there. I can use either one of them. I'm gonna, you know, have it just go right in there. Because if you pipe the stuff outside for HVAC systems, you know, sometimes I live in the Northeast, it'll freeze. Then it'll get backed up, and you'll come home to a nice mess. Alright, so ran this hose. Just ran it up alongside this conduit. And what I think I'm gonna do here is I did a little loop up there, and then like I said, when I plug it into this trap on the end there, under that cap, it'll create a little loop, you'll see in a second, to create like a P-trap, so no odors will, you know, coming from that drain there will come back down through this hose into this pump, right? So let me do that real quick, and here's what I think I'm going to do. So I take that cap off to clean out, screw this booger in there, have this reducer glued into that, have this reducer glued into that, and then this is a male thread and has one of those kind of like a shark bite deal. Plug the hose in there and it grabs it like Chinese finger, and that'll be that. So that's my plan, I'm sticking to it. Let me set that up. Yeah, so we got that knocked out. It worked out pretty good. Turns out you don't really need to create a loop. I created a loop just to have like a P-trap for water, but I tested it. The water's still in there, so it must be kind of some kind of check valve that keeps it from flowing back down. So the water, the line is full of water. I'm not gonna revamp it just to go here. I'll just keep that loop there because hey, it works, and I'm okay with it. It's out of the way. A nice little contraption there. So I'm thinking something like this. I'll have to loosen the clamps up when it comes time to cut this pipe. But here we go. Got this kind of just run along the bottom there, and then we'll come out, and depending on where the new water heater is, I'll probably do a couple 45s to bend it around closer to the front, and then use those stainless, you know, corrugated bendable plugger in. So that's where I'm at today. Yeah, so about to make this transition. It's the next day. Got the whole day to screw this up, so I couldn't do everything in one day, so I just disconnected outside the gas. I'm going to uncouple it there and take this whole pipe off, just unscrew it, and use the cap down there and cap off the top of the gas pipe, because we're not going to need that. And got my buckets ready. Start unloading this thing, probably 58 times up and down the stairs, or I can run a garden hose, but you know, then it's going to run uphill. This is in the basement. Might get a little out of there, but I'll just use the buckets, keep doing it that way, and then we can cut my pipe. I'll get to that in a bit, but then slide this booger over there and try to get this thing done in a couple hours, yeah? Okay, so I got this capped off, just checked for leaks, turn the gas back on, we're good. So now the gas pipe's out of the way. Let's empty this water heater and start chopping some pipes, yeah? And then get this booger slid in there, finish my plumbing. I put another strip of wood on the wall and built another pipe, because I want to mount it to the wall for rigidity, like that one over there, because I just didn't want pipes just hanging and dangling. It just seems to me like it needs to be mounted, other than the ceiling. It needs to be mounted somewhere so it has more rigidity. That's why I did it that way. Alright, so let's get this thing empty, because it's kind of heavy with water in it now. So she's all empty. That wood there, because I did this water heater last time, I put it up on the wood because, as you can see, the previous water heater just sat there and made a rust ring. That was from probably 15 years ago, maybe more. So I put that on wood, but you know, I was looking under this one. It's got a couple little stubs for feet. The reason is I'm not going to put a pan in there, aluminum pan, you know, for the drain or whatever. I have no floor drain. So even if this thing leaks, springs a leak, it'll fill that pan up and spill over anyways. Okay, this is what was on the old one. It just came basically off of here and sat here. So it's not like a, it must be some kind of pressure valve because I can hear it in there, and when you blow on it, it taps it up. But the water can bypass this. So I'm assuming it's some kind of pressure deal. But why it's on a cold water, I have no idea. But I'm going to put it back. So the way it was, like I said, on the original water heater, it came off like this off a thing and went straight up. But I'm just going to put it here because I may or may not need this. I doubt it. I doubt I even need it. But if it turns out that you know, I could cap it here and cap it. I mean, literally, I don't even know what this is. Try to look it up. It doesn't even exist anywhere I've looked. But the only thing I could think of, a train whistle. It just looks like, you know, when you look in here, it just looks like air is the only thing that can go up there. So must be some kind of air valve or pressure valve or something. I don't know, but I'm going to put it back. I'll tape that up and put some crap on there and do it that way. All right, enough time spent with that. Now the next thing I know, I got my mark there. That's where I'm going to cut it, and I'm going to bring down the new line, bolt it to this. I already mocked it up, bolted to this piece of wood that I put on there. And while this is off, I still need to add some tappings. I couldn't get around the water heater just to secure this piece of wood. So while I'm doing that, I got to think about things. And then the water heater is going to fit in between the two pipes. Well, the other pipe's going to be up here. But so let me get things cleaned up and get this show on the road. All right, so I capped this off, like I said, and put my little train whistle on there. That might be temporary. I don't know. If it doesn't bother anything, I'll leave it. And then, of course, clipped it there. Now added this pipe and put my connection for this guy here, this little stainless color coded deal for the hot water. So I gotta finish up here. I do have to make a little 45 because it's gonna wrap around to the front. I just don't know how long yet, so I'm gonna roll this in place just to mock it up, see where my lines need to be, and I'll probably have to add a little 45 and a little section of pipe for that other thing to reach. So let me get this in place. Something like this. It's not tight yet. I still gotta put some thread sealant and some pipe dope, but I just wanted to dry fit it, and if it's there, and I'm not going to need much over here for a, you know, just a little 45 coming off there. I don't need much. This stuff is stainless. It looks like plastic, but it's stainless with some powder coat or something, paint on there. Alright, so that's that. So we'll see how this thing works. And then next step is just wiring this guy back up and see if this thing works. I do have the old pipe for that. Alright, anyways, let me get this all set up. Alright, so I got this pipe soldered up. So this is the last piece of the puzzle. I can start adding water, but none of this is tested. So I got to get this thing starting to fill up with water because I really need to find out if there's leaks because I got to get this done today. You know what I'm saying? So this flex pipe, this stainless steel flex pipe, I didn't read the directions at first, so chances are it could have a leak on the other one, on the hot water side, because if you read the directions for this, you just give this hand tight and then 1/4 turn. Over there on the hot side, man, I cranked that sucker down. I took it back off, look at the rubber washers in there, but let's hope it's going to be okay, because I really don't want to take it apart. I'll have to get another one, I guess, if it doesn't work out. So you're supposed to go hand tight with a sucker. I guess it depends on who you are, on how big hand tight is, or how tight hand tight is. It's hand tight, my hand tight. 1/4 turn, just doesn't seem right, you know. That's what the directions say. So I could start putting water in this, see if there's leaks. I expect there's going to be leaks immediately. So let me apply some water and back this camera up before something explodes. Alright, I still got the faucets open upstairs, so I just want to start this water, see if there's any immediate leaks before it's under pressure. Let's see here. Let's go slow, huh? Oh, stuck. Doesn't sound good. Yeah, it's wide open. Yeah, see, it just doesn't seem right. Hand tight and quarter turn. It's leaking right there. I don't know if you can see that, so we'll grab another turn, I guess. Huh. That did seem kind of to seal it. Let me get something to wipe that off. Weird. It says, do not over tighten, big bold letters. So I didn't over tighten, but I'd rather it leak here than a weld joint, you know. Let me clean this up a little bit. It's actually dry. It's actually dry now. Alright, so problem is there's no way that's filled up already. So we gotta figure this out, read the directions, I guess, because I just went upstairs and turned the faucets off, but I don't hear any water running anymore, so there's no way that filled up with 50 gallons that quick. So let me get to the directions and see what's doing. Well, I didn't get to the directions yet, so I just let a little air in from here. Seems to be filling up now, but I'll go open the hot water faucet upstairs. I guess it was just air bound, but that's more like it. I forgot to turn this bugger on, so that leak must have been coming from the other way. Turn it on slow. I hear it bubbling now. It ain't fully open yet, but things are filling up, I can assure you that. Oh, coming right out that top. I thought that was going to be a problem. It's wide open now. It did come out that spout a little bit, a little train whistle, but it seems to be stopping now. Alright, so that gate's wide open. I think the air pressure seals that. Let's hope. Because if it's leaking, which appears it might be. Oh, that's interesting. There's my horn. So if that is leaking, I'm going to have to shut the water off. I'll have to cut it here because I don't even think I need this thing. Not sure if it's leaking yet though. Let's wait. So it's filling up. So all the places that I would have a leak, I gotta go start from really here and just start looking for any leaks. There's water here now because it dripped from up there, but let me dry that off as soon as this thing gets done filling up and see what happens. And I'll go around and look at all my beautiful welds. No water. It's a good thing. I can feel it going through here, so. Alright, I'll just let this keep filling up and I'll be back when it's full. Alright, it's been about 10 minutes. Everything's quiet. Train whistle even stopped leaking, so that's good news. What else? I went around and looked at everything. Doesn't appear to be one blip of water, which is weird. Even this that was leaking, I gave it, oop, there is just a little bit of remnants. Maybe that was because I didn't wipe it off good. I'm going to give that another half turn here. Watch the thing break. I mean, it just feels loose. It still feels loose. Well, you got 2 fingers on the thing. And it's really easy to turn. But they said do not here. On the other side. It's over here. Let's see if I can read that again. For use with water in accessible locations only, installation hand tighten and follow with a 1/4 turn with a wrench. Do not over tighten. So, I'll keep an eye on that. This I really cranked down. I took it back apart like I said, but there's no leaks here. I mean, I basically crushed that washer down. You know, the rubber, like a garden hose thing. But I took everything apart. The washer seemed to be okay, but it's not leaking here. So, if anything, I know I can crank her down a little more. Let's see if this was leaking. Nope, bone dry. So, let me get this wiped up. I'll check on that in a bit. I might have not just wiped it up to begin with. Let's see here. Cold water, probably got me air. I expected more air than that. Maybe hot water. I'm going to go open all the hot water valves and let the air out. There's a lot of air in there. Alright, I'll do that. Wow, that was like 3 to 5 minutes of just pumping out air. It's coming out now. Of course it's cold, there's no hot water heat. Still has a little air popping out, but I guess I gotta go up on the 3rd level and see if I gotta let all the air out, I guess. Oh, yeah, it still has some air in there. Let me start with the top and I'll kind of start with the top and go back. Look, all you gotta do is read. Do not make electrical connections. Do not turn power on until you have performed the following steps. Verify that all water lines are connected. Yeah. Verify cold water supply line valve is open, which I did not do. Wondering why there was no water. Run hot water faucets into the house to ensure water tank is completely filled. We did that. Figured it out ourselves, but thanks for the note. Alright, so what I'm thinking is a conduit. I got plastic conduit 3/4, and I'll just run it up, staple it to the back side of this joist, come down through the top of this, and make the electric connection that way. And that'll be pretty easy, because this is going to go up over the top. I got to staple it back up. I just had it hanging there while I did plumbing there. So this should be pretty easy. We're going to be hot water here within a matter of minutes. Well, we'll see. Alright, so paper towel's still dry, no drips. Boy, I gotta tell you, working with this thick gauge wire, man, it's like you could tow your car with this stuff. They don't give you much room in here to tuck this in, and this little doohickey here, if you read about it, there's some kind of contraption you can get to, I don't even know what the hell it does, but not getting that because it costs $200 to talk to your, I don't know what it does, but not going to need that, so I got to tuck this in and straighten out this conduit and get that business up there. But like I said, this is proving to be like, you know, it's basically bending a tree branch. But anyways, let me finish that up and get that tucked in and get this booger wired up so we can get some hot water. So it's an absolute must to take this thing off because the wires are just too thick, and you need this whole cup for things to fit in, right? And then this just kind of bolts over the top of it. And again, there's 2 wires that weren't even hooked up, but I don't know what this is for. Don't know what it goes to. I didn't read about it yet. But I think it's some kind of thing that plugs in there for, I don't know. I'd have to look at it, but you don't need it. And I'm probably not going to use it. It's called, Actually, one of these is sticking out. I guess it's supposed to. I don't know. Read about it. I'm not going to use it. I'm just going to put it back together and then wire the rest of this. I don't have the directions with me. I did read about CMA, or I forgot what the hell it stands for, but it is a little module that you plug into, and apparently it's, I guess it's for Wi-Fi. I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know, but I think there's an app you can use to change the water temperature or mode or anything. But honestly, it's a water heater. I'm going to set it on a mode and leave it at a temperature, just like a traditional water heater. But we'll see. Let me get this finished up. CTA adapter. Curiosity killed the cat. I don't know what it's for. It doesn't give you much information about it, but it's only included on certain models, I guess. But this EcoNet communication is provided for integration with home automation, energy management, and demand response systems, blah blah blah. Connectivity is provided through Wi-Fi. Again, I think you get what, I don't know. We'll go as we go. I'm not going to use this. It's the bottom line. So I'm almost wired up here. I'm going to have to get some hot water going here sooner or later. Still no leaks. Alright, so we got that wired up. We got this thing secured. We're not going to use the white. We didn't need a 3-wire, just the 2. So I'm using a black and a red. And before I cap that, we'll make sure the wiring's good. Get over here to the fuse box. And this is what we're going to use, just the red and the black. The white's hooked to, you know, the common, but we're not going to use it. So, you know, where's my... So I got this 30 amp sucker, and we're just going to pop that in, wire it up. So I did have to make provisions for this double for 240. There was an extra one in there, so I had to just move a couple here so we can get this this fella in place. So let me do that. Let me could probably do that right now. Probably should put this camera down. Yeah, let me put the camera down. So we'll just pop that in, wire them up, and turn this booger on. Alright, so I think I'm good. No leaks. It's been a while now. Got everything wired up. Oops, I forgot my knife. Everything wired up. Boom. I gotta get a door for that, or a cover rather. So I got this good to go. Let's turn it on, see what happens. Yeah. Kaboom. Alright. Oh, I hear it. Disabled. Okay. I probably should go get the directions. Don't know what disabled means. On. Ooh. I probably should go read the directions. Because there's some kind of app you got to download if you want to, you know, talk to it with your phone and all this business, but I can hear it making noise. So let me go read the directions, see what's doing, but it appears to be going to cook to 120. We'll see. So I'll be right back. Oh, here's some more. Here's some more directions. Leak and diagnostic alerts. This is that EcoNet I was talking about. Download the EcoNet, which I already did on the phone. I didn't do the Wi-Fi setup yet. You use the app to complete the setup. So my phone's charging. Oh crap, I forgot to do this. So let me do this while my phone is charging. This is the fella that's got to plug into there. I got an idea for that. Jeez, I almost forgot. So let me do that first. So we can use regular PVC and build your own deal to get it connected over there, like an HVAC system. But I saw this at Home Depot. Look, hand tighten only. So I have an idea. Right now I just got to go in a little bucket, but I have an idea. I'm going to get my heat gun out, see if I can heat this up and mold it to go into that hole, and then because it's been here, you know, just mold it with a heat gun. That way we don't have to do any plumbing. We'll just use this file. Only $5 I think, because it won't bend on its own. It's not exactly hard, rigid, it's thin stuff, so I think bending it with a heat gun ought to work. So let me work on that. So it did work, but I don't like it. It's just too gaudy looking. Just take your time. It'll, you know, using a heat gun, it'll bend. But yeah, I'm not gonna like that. So I'll just, I just want to do this just to get this thing working, see if it works, and I'll build a proper one like a regular HVAC. I'll come off of here, you know, pipe it in with a regular PVC. This just looks terrible. You know, I'll come straight down or out or something. I'll figure it out. But so let's see. Let's see if this thing works. So I got to go upstairs and get the phone because there's an app. As long as this place has a, you know, if you want to just test it, just use a bucket. But for right now, let me go get my phone. So I was just experimenting with a piece of 3/4 inch PVC pipe. This stuff bends really easy. Just heat it up and it's good to go. No kinks, nothing. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a 90 here, somewhere down here, and just wrap this in close, and then drop it in at a 90 over there. It'll look way better. Yeah, so while this thing's heating up, I just wanted to point out, so coming off of here, just went enough to, you know, you can still take this heating element out. This is just a access panel, a little thin panel. Take that off. You can still get the heating element out, of course the bottom one, to repair, so we're not going to have to, you know, move this pipe. So I'm still waiting for things to kick in. It's actually cold air coming out of there. Got it set at 120. Again, I gotta read the directions, but it's on energy saver. So I'm assuming it's using the heat pump because the heat pump is working. Let's go read the goddamn directions. Okay, it's been a week. About, yeah, a week to the day today. So I keep it on energy saver mode, and it seems to be doing a trick here. Got it set at 122, and it says scald risk, but you know, the factory setting was 120. I guess if you push and hold both of these arrows, you can get it to 160. Pretty sure it's not gonna, I'm not gonna, you know, 120 was actually hot enough, and I haven't ran out of water. Again, it's just the two of us here, but we used to run out of hot water with the old hot water heater, so I haven't done that yet, even taking long showers. At first, this thing did seem to be on a lot, this heat pump, because I think what's going on here, when you have it in energy saver mode, it uses a combination between the heat pump and the regular electric part. That's my guess, because at first, this thing seemed to be running a lot. I was like, wow, even though the missus made a comment, really, does that thing run all the time? So it might have some kind of learning capability, you know, some kind of artificial intelligence or algorithms or whatever it uses, because now it doesn't come on nearly as much. Maybe it learns your habits, how many, you know, what your water consumption is, laundry, that kind of thing. I don't know. I'm just guessing, throwing it out there. So I never got this app to work, so you know, there's that. I don't know if you need this piece up here to control it. I downloaded the app. I went through the directions. Everything seemed like it was going okay. You know, the Wi-Fi thing, everything was blinking. It just won't connect, so there's an error. So I'm not really concerned with that. You know, what am I going to use the app for? To tell me the temperature of it? I know what the temperature is. And it's got a leak detector, I guess. So again, that's not going to do me any good if I'm not home. And if I'm home, I'm going to see it leaking. So I don't know. I don't really care about the app. It would have been just cool to see it, and then the novelty would probably wear off like within a minute. So, so far so good. There's been no leaks, and I have hot water. Haven't ran out of it, and I'm happy with it so far. Again, I didn't get into this for the you know, energy consumption. You know, I would have just put a regular electric in here. I can put this on electric mode, which is silent. Just, you know, I have it on energy saver, and it seems to be working out pretty good. But it's a 10-year warranty. We'll see how long this thing lasts. It's, I don't know what to say about it. It's just a water heater. It's pretty typical. So I hope this helps somebody out if they're interested in doing this yourself, as far as you know, installing this kind of hybrid deal here. You know, I didn't really get into the actual plumbing and you know, doing all that stuff, but I'm assuming as a do-it-yourselfer you're going to be already know how to do that and get into it. This is just something to go along, you know, step by step, sort of step by step, show you my process, what I did. And came out good, and we'll see how it works as far as time, longevity goes, but so far so good. I like it. Anyways, thanks for watching. See you next time.